Good morning, I'm Stuart Cameron with the local rugby in the Borders. On Friday night at Hawick, Pro Rugby came back to the area with an entertaining game between Edinburgh and Newcastle. Edinburgh won 21-15 and captain of Edinburgh was Kelso's Ross Ford.
It's always good to get the win pre-season, sort of build that momentum. Last week we were unfortunate. We put some good things together, and again, likewise, we did some good things, but there was a lot of errors again. But we clung on and we defended quite well until the death, and we managed to get that win. But it's good to get momentum and get a win before the season starts. I mean, it's really good to have that support down here, and hopefully it can continue, and hopefully some of the fans will head up to Murrayfield on an evening and show their support there as well. But I mean, the crowds at Melrose last week and Hawick this week have been phenomenal. The weather wasn't great on either occasion at times, but they still come out and show their support, and that's brilliant for Scottish Rugby and Edinburgh in particular.
Yesterday, the Premiership returned with Gala, Hawick and champions Melrose all in action. While all our teams ended up with points, there was just one winner, Melrose, who beat Edinburgh Accies 27-10. 17 points in the last 15 minutes sealed the game for the Black and Yellows, although they were trailing 14-10 late into the game. Melrose tries went to James Head, Damien Hoyland and Austin Lockington. Here's hooker Todd Pearce. Well, looking at the scoreboard, it looks quite comfortable, 27-14, but it was far from comfortable out there.
Very much. We spoke during the week that we had to pick up sort of from the loss of the Heriots the week before, and a few aspects were good. We got the win in the end, but I think for about 65-70 minutes there, it could have gone either way, which is a little bit disappointing, but you just got to look at the end of the day. We got the 4 points and we move on to next week, Tuesday night training.
And so important to get 4 points at the first game.
It is. You get the confidence back between the group, and then we can move on from there. Having a loss can sometimes get 2 or 3 in a row, and we don't want to start like that.
No team in the Premiership won with a try bonus, so that means Melrose topped the table on points difference after the first round of games. Ironically, the only club of the 10 to get a try bonus at all was Gala, who outscored Ayr 4-3 in the try count, but went down 28-24. A penalty try and one each from George Graham, Grant Somerville and Josh Irvin gave Gala a try bonus and a losing point bonus for their afternoon's work. Gala coach George Graham.
I think we scored a try in the first minute, and then we just couldn't control the referee. We gave away far too many penalties, which they penalised us by putting us in bad positions, and they capitalised on it. The second half we came really back at them. I think we scored another try right away, and we just kept hammering away, and we got within 4 points, and we could have scored another couple of tries, but unfortunately we just weren't accurate enough, and we didn't execute as well as we should have done, and we never. So, but still fairly encouraged on the result, which is strange for me because normally I'm really bothered about getting beat, but of course I'm still bothered, but there's a lot of positive take for this, and we're looking forward to next week now.
Hawick's game at Currie was nip and tuck with the lead changing hands plenty of times, but Currie edged it 18-16. Nicky Walker and Keith Davis scored the Greens touchdowns, and in the other 2 Premier games, Glasgow Hawks won at Heriots 17-10, while Boroughmuir lost at home to Stirling County 25-18. In the first round of the BT Cup, all our local teams are safely through. Kelso's game against Hillhead Jordan Hill was cancelled as their opponents couldn't field a team. But Peebles hammered Greenock Wanderers 66-7 despite Ryan McConnell getting red-carded for a late tackle. Hawick YM knocked out DL 34-20. Selkirk saw off Cartha Queen's Park on the road 73-14, while Jed Forest eventually got the better of Aberdeenshire 27-10. Jed captain Michael Weekly.
We knew Aberdeenshire coming down here was going to be physical. They're a huge park, they've got huge barks as well, so we just didn't front up. We let them come to us, we let them see what they could bring down here instead of actually us taking it to them in the first half. We really did get a stern word. The coaches were just like final third. We missed passes in the final third. I think the thing I said before the game was didn't expect to score the first phase because Aberdeenshire, no disrespect to them, they're in the division below, but they are got a front up against us. They had nothing to lose, we had everything to lose. We were in a higher division, we were at home, so they started well. We started alright, like in bits and pieces leading up to the final third, but the final third we couldn't finish nothing.
In the East League Division 1, it ended Berwick 30, North Berwick 19, Dunbar 38, Langham 0, Duns 36, Hawick Quins 10, and East 2's games saw Earlston beat Edinburgh Northern 19-11 on the road, while St Boswell's went to Liberton to defeat them 64-6.